Right. I think we're back in action. Twitch going, got mic on. Yeah. Alright, guys. So, back with our Renegade Witch Hunter. Game sound. I feel like we've got game sound. Oh yeah. Oh, you guys can hear game sound, but I can't. Okay. So. God damn. I was I was working today in the office. Well, not in the office, working from home today, and so I had to set up all my sounds, reset up all my desktop and stuff. Yeah, hey Lily. Yeah, I didn't think I'd done anything that would be affecting the sound. But fuck. I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything I can do about this. Changing to different. I could restart my PC. Yes. Let's see how that's really gonna. What that's gonna do though. Sorry, guys. I don't know. Normally this is all set up, but I don't know. I guess something affected something. I don't know what? All right, I'm going to restart my PC. Let's see if that makes any difference. I will be back in a minute. Oh my god, streaming. Go back-ish. Yeah, I don't know. My headset's working. There's other desktop sounds working. But there we go. Yeah, it was just, I guess it was just manual. It just wasn't, I don't know. Something weird was happening. Restart seems to have fixed it anyway. Sorry about that, guys. Technical issues. But yeah, anyway, had to work today, so couldn't do a full stream, but thought I'd get a few hours in post work. So we're playing as the Witch Hunter. So we've got the Witch Hunter career, we've got the accusation ability. You get single enemies marked for 8 seconds, and the first hit inflicted against the target increases the physical damage by 20%. Every hit, after every hit, there's a 50% chance that the mark stays on the target. For every point in gunpowder or crossbow, the chances increase by 0.1% that additional targets are marked. So yeah, so we've we've started to get a few points in gun, and occasionally we do mark additional targets, which is pretty cool. We've also now got +5 companion limit, and we've recruited 5 extra companions. We've got extra party movement speed, we've got extra ammo, and we've got exterminated undead and ruinous powers, increased faith per fallen unit. We're also going to be able to get troops upgraded into Witch Hunter retinues later on. And I want 1 more point so I can get headshots, give me roguery skill, so we can hopefully get really high roguery and get mad loot. Since I'm a Renegade Witch Hunter, I'm going to use Chaos Artifacts in my fight against Chaos, as you do when you're a Renegade. So we need to work up to farming Chaos Warbands so I can get me some Chaos Artifacts. We've got Cornelius, I'm trying to go for like just a band of all different companions. So we've got Cornelius, the Life Mage. He's our main healer. We've got Cyril, the Bretonian Knight. We've got Anders, the Warrior Priest. Isma, the Gold Wizard. Ernko, another Warrior Priest, but with a different weapon. Aldemar, the Light Wizard. Calvin, the Engineer. Kirsten, the Priestess of Shalia. She's also a healer. And Clock Monk, the Sellsword, who was previously a Bretonian Knight, but he's, unworthy to be a Bretonian Knight now, I guess, because he's too much of a sellsword. We've got a couple of those guys working as party skills. So our surgeon is Kirsten, the Priestess of Shalia, because she just starts off with a high amount of medicine, and the quartermaster is our engineer, just because he's got really high intelligence. So yeah, so Kirsten's intelligence is 3, which is better than most of our party, but not as high as you can get it, but still pretty good. But she starts off with 91. She started off with like 80 medicine or something like that, so she's like a natural healer pretty much. It's really hard to get that first 75 medicine, so getting a character that's already over 75 just makes it a lot easier. But Calvin the Engineer's got 4 intelligence, so technically he has more potential to be a better healer eventually than Kirsten, but he would have to get his medicine up from 0, which would be a lot of hard work. So yeah, engineers have the highest intelligence, so they make the best engineers, the best stewards, and the best doctors if you can be bothered leveling them up. But yeah, this one we're going to make our steward. He's already up to 82, so that frees me up so that I don't have to do any of those intelligence skills. Macarius, the Renegade Witch Hunter, is going to focus on cunning, so we can move quickly with scouting, get lots of roguery, and then I want to get some points in discipline for more shooting and faith, and maybe get some endurance happening as well. Hey, Tier Justice. Hey, Joshua. Welcome. All right, that's pretty much where we're up to. We're just kind of trying to level up a little bit, and I was planning on going and joining up with the Lord so that we can train up our faith more. Now that we've got a ton of troops in our warband, we'll get paid quite a lot. Also, tournament. We only got 2. Can you please make short video guides for old realms? Nope, I cannot. Sorry, don't have time. But if you've got any questions, then you're welcome to ask them, and I'm happy to try and answer them. Yeah, so Cyril the Bretonian Knight is one of our best tournament fighters, but he didn't really win, unfortunately, but he nearly did. So having a bunch of good combat heroes means that you just win these tournaments quite a lot without having to actually fight them, which is my main method of winning tournaments. If I've got a good combat character and I've been practicing and stuff, I tend to win vanilla tournaments pretty often. These tournaments are a little bit, the Old Realms tournaments are a little bit different. Like the Empire ones, I feel like are pretty random. How to get a Dimigriff mount? It tells you that in the guide actually. If you look up the actual guide, it tells you how to get a Dimigriff mount. You need to be an Empire character, and you have to go to the to Altdorf and talk to the Lord there, and you can like buy them from him, I believe. Did you know if there's a way to restock food quick in a captured city? I tried dropping in food to keep stash, but for some reason it doesn't show as food for village. I don't know what you can do with the village, but for a city, you can just go and sell food to them. Like, just go and sell them the food and just give them all your food, and then you just wait a day or two, and then the food they become not starving again. Hey, Cyril on that one. Where are we at? Cruden World. Yeah, we're a bit far from Altdorf. I drop in to Altdorf, but I'm a bit far away. But yeah, you just go to Altdorf and talk to look through all the characters there. You'll see one's called like somebody or other, the nobleman or noble lord or something. I don't know. He's like a nobleman of some description. I guess just talk to the characters till you figure it out. But I'm pretty sure it tells you who to talk to in the guide if you just read the manual. For getting demigriffs. Oh, hey, actually, I know an even better way to get demigriffs that somebody told me about, which is really cool. Way better than that method. Forget that shit. This is how you get demigriffs. You level up your medicine skill. Yeah, level up your medicine skill till you get medicine 125, and then you choose this 50% chance to plus 50% chance to recover the mounts of dead cavalry troops in battle. So apparently you already have a chance to recover the mounts of dead cavalry troops. I didn't know that, but this increases it by 50%. So maybe even without this, you could still get them by this method as well, but with this you definitely can. And you just basically hire a heap of demigriff cavalry, just get as many as you can, and then just go into a battle and then just shoot them all in the back of the head, and then afterwards you'll end up with a bunch of demigriffs. And that's the best way. You can buy one demigriff mount from the that noble guy, but that's it. You only get one. And if it dies in battle, then you're fucked. You got no more demigriffs. But if you just hire demigriff knights and just kill them, then you might have to kill like 3 or 4 to get a demigriff. It's not like a high ratio. It's not like 50% or anything. You have to kill like 5 or 6 maybe to get one demigriff. But yeah, if you get like 20 demigriff knights and you shoot them all, you'll get a few demigriffs. So that is the best way to get them. So if you want a full, we should do that in this campaign. We should get all of our dudes on demigriffs. Full demigriff squad. We have to level up our cavalry skill though, don't we? I'm not sure what level you need to have to ride demigriff, but I think it's pretty high. All right, we need to find. If you find a lord, do you keep them out if you get it during battle? No. But if you just hire a bunch of demigriffs and then shoot the knights, or just let them die, means charge them into battle and let them die, then you get a chance of getting their mounts after the battle. How are we going? So I want to get up to 100 faith at least. That'd probably be really easy to get up to. 150 would be good, but just 100 would be good too. And if you like a challenge, I have an idea. And challenge depends how it's in. Oh, okay. Well, if you want to tell me what it is, then go ahead and tell me what it is. Interested to know. Alright, I think I want to be a merc, but I want to merc up around this area so that we don't run into any massive vampire armies. Yeah, I just had yeah, I just thought I'd it's kind of a school night for me tonight, so because I work today, so I'm kind of tired from work, but I'm I'm going to be up for a few hours, so I thought I'd just jump on and hang out with you guys for a bit. Oh, hey Barzarel, I'm not familiar enough. I mean, I played the game when it came out, 30 years ago or some shit, but yeah, I don't remember all of the troops. I remember you had a fire wizard, and that's it really. I think I had a unit of swordsmen at the start, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't really remember. It'd probably be oh wait up, no, Shadow of the Horned Rat. Wait up. You talking about Mark of Chaos, or you talking about something else? No, you're talking about something different, aren't you? I thought you were talking about Mark of Chaos, the Warhammer, the really old Warhammer game. Shadow of the Horned Rat and Dark Omen is Warhammer stuff as well. Is that the same series, or is that a different one? Anyway, no, sorry, I don't know. But yeah, no, it's like it doesn't really work for me because I don't have an emotional connection to the original material. You know what I mean? Like, if it was like, I don't know, like I don't really care that much about Lord of the Rings, but yeah, I mean, I do. I love Lord of the Rings, but you know what I mean? Just say it was like Lord of the Rings and it was like Thor and Oakenshield's warband of dwarfs or something, and I was really nostalgic about all those characters and stuff, and I wanted to bring it back to life. And then that would be really a cool thing to do and really nostalgic, But like something that somebody else is nostalgic of, which I have no emotional connection to at all, doesn't really work for me. Nice. So the warrior priests aren't as good in combat as the knights, but they do still compete, and they still have a chance of winning. So even though I've got 2 knights, but I've got a bunch of 2 knights that win tournaments a lot, but then I've got about 6 other characters that win sometimes. So yeah. Yeah, I don't remember anything about it. I remember that I know the name. That's it. I don't really remember anything about it. Blazing Sun body armor. So this is like we could go for this sort of stuff. It doesn't look as cool actually as my own leather chest piece, I reckon. More witch huntery. But the Blazing Sun armor is definitely a lot more effective at stopping blows. Oops, these weigh 2.5. Yeah, there we go. I was thinking about. I wanted to try. Oh, that's right. I was trying to make axes. That's where we finished last time. I forgot what I was. Yeah, I knew I'd forget. You guys were supposed to help me out and remind me. We want to make one-handed axes. So that was a Zuricon, so we can smelt that down for a bit of extra one-handed axe action. But yeah, why do you mention Shadow the Horned Rat and Dark Omen? Have you just been replaying those games recently or something, or is that just one of your favorite games that you've ever played and it's always stuck with you, or? Alright, let's just jump into the smithy. This is a curious smelter, so he's got more chance of getting a recipe. Okay, so we've unlocked level 2 of level 2 axe heads, level 2 axe handles, and level 2 pommels. Just trying to unlock a level 3 anything. Looks like we're just about to. You can't unlock any level 3 parts unless you've unlocked every level 2 part in all of the different sections. So we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 more unlocks before we get there. There we go. Level 3 parts. We should have a level 3. There we go. Level 3 handle. I should get a level 3 pommel pretty soon. There we go. Okay, so now we've got all level 3 parts, so now we're going to unlock parts even faster. It just keeps going faster and faster, basically. So if you were here yesterday and we were like trying to unlock with like level 1 parts, and you just like unlock, like you just keep making level 1, shitty level 1 axes, and it takes forever to unlock all the parts. But then as soon as you unlock level 2, then it starts going faster, then 3 goes faster, and then 4 and 5 just, you know, whiz by really fast. For some reason, I thought Dark Omen and Shadow the Horned Rat were part of the Mark of Chaos series, but maybe yeah, must be wrong. I might just auto resolve this.
We've got no quarrel with you.
Although that would have been really good to practice our shooting. I might try to yeah, actually I might try and get some deserters and make a little army of bandits, because that way we can level up our roguery faster, a lot faster. If you have like a whole army of bandits, then you level up roguery instead of leadership when they fight in battles. So yeah, you can level up your roguery really quick that way. Although it actually makes it kind of hard to level up your leadership. I feel like I remember flagellants in one of those games, vaguely. I remember like, yeah, I don't really remember much about it. I just remember this like a little bit of excitement of like kind of this little like window into the Warhammer world, even though it was really like rudimentary and shit, you know? I feel like a lot of my like early kind of gaming experiences, I feel like were, you know, not all of them, but yeah, a lot of them were like, I don't know, like you could sort of see the possibilities, but they didn't necessarily have the technology to make it happen, you know? But and then again, there's like really old games that are really awesome and have like so much content, and they do amazing things with the technology they've got. And also there's a lot of modern games that have great technology and just still shit. So it's like, yeah, it's the full gamut. But yeah, a lot of games, a lot of old games like had good ideas, but they couldn't do everything that you would want a game to do to be able to fully like immerse you. All right. I need more wood. So yeah, I'm trying to make some good one-handed weapons for my I want a bunch of my characters to have shields. I normally just go like heavy weapons for like two-handed for everyone, because the high like especially if you're gonna make a gun line or an archer squad, you're gonna have your bow or your gun out most of the time, so you're not gonna be using a shield anyway. So if you're gonna get shot by arrows, you're gonna die while you got your gun out. And then if you're a lot of time when you're training or when you're shooting down enemies and then maybe a few stragglers are making it into combat, then you just whip out your two-hander and kill them, you know? So one-hander doesn't really help you that much. One-hander shield doesn't really help you that much in that situation. Or if they're a lot of time they're going to be on riding around on horseback, just kind of fighting from horseback, and really long two-handers are great for that. One-handers not as good, you know, but the one-handers are really good when you're just in like a full infantry block, like just a scrum face to face, you know, with like 1,000 of your dudes and 1,000 of theirs dudes, just in a big melee brawl kind of thing. That's when the short axes and the shields are really good. So it's sort of, I don't know, I often tend to just go for the two-handers, because even though I know they could be good in that situation, you know, you're going to spend 90% of your time training in other situations. So it's like really hard to train them up, you know, to get them to that point where they can be good in that situation. So I don't know. But we're going to try it this time anyway. All right. Oops. All right, tier 3. These guys are curious smelters, so they get a bit more chance of unlocking recipes when they're smelting. So tier 5 heads is what we're looking for. I think the highlight with for Dark Omen was funny conversations, really memorable, especially between Bernard and the Witch Hunter guy. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't ring any bells. Maybe I never played it. I'm playing Count, so I have lots of vampires. I can't wait to reach tier 4 and put out in my own party. Their friendly fire is a little bit annoying. Yeah. I tend to I tend to disable their magic a lot of the time. Well, it depends what you want to do with them. Yeah, you can disable their magic if you want to practice your combat skills, or you can like outside of combat, or you can you know, keep it on but turn off, put them in their own group and turn off friendly fire, turn off, you know, fire at will, so they can't use their magic, and then you can just sort of move them into a position and unleash it at will. But yeah, unfortunately, if you turn off friendly fire, if you turn off fire at will, but then you tell them to charge, then they'll run in and melee. Okay, so there's a few things you can do. So first of all, if you don't want them to use the spells at all, then you go into spellbook, and yeah. So this guy, he's got this missile spell, or he could have that missile spell as well, but he doesn't have it. But yeah, but he could have it. If you don't select anything, then that automatically selects everything, right? So just by default, any spell that they've learnt, they can use in combat. But if you select the spell, like I just did then, it's got that gold ring around it. Now that spell is active, and it shows that's available for them in battle. And anything that's not selected, as soon as you select one thing, anything that's not selected, it becomes disabled. So you go into the spell book, and then you just choose the spells you want to be enabled and disable the ones you don't want to be disabled. So what I usually do is I have them all like that, with their damage spell disabled, damage spell disabled. This one doesn't have any missile spells except the green eye, so I've disabled the missile spells so he can't shoot other guys in the back of the head. But he's got like Drain Life, which is an AoE hex, but only affects enemies. So that's fine. You can put that on, right? So yeah, so this is their default system, that they can't do any friendly fire, right? They can cast their spells wherever they want. Doesn't hurt any of my guys. But then if I want to go into a battle, I actually don't have any combat. None of these guys aren't really set up to do damage or anything. But if I did have a damage, like if I had a fire mage or something, then, you know, I would go. Actually, no, I wouldn't even do a fire mage. But like I don't know, certain mages like the Heavens one with Comet of Cassandora or something like that. You know, if you wanted to go into a siege and you wanted them to just bomb the siege, then you could put. Actually, the vampires would be good for that. So they turn off their spells when you don't want to use them. But then if you want to take out a siege that you wouldn't normally be able to do, then you go and take your vampires in. As soon as the battle starts, or even before the battle starts, when you're setting up, just do F4 to turn off fire at will on the group that they're in, and then they won't cast spells. And then when you want them to do a volley, you just select their group and do F4, activate. They'll just blast whatever they want to blast. If it's a siege, or they're going to be blasting, you know, while your guys are outside the walls, you won't have to worry about friendly fire. Especially if you tell your other guys to wait. But yeah, so then you can, even in battles, like, you know, as soon as the battle starts, you can leave friendly fire on, and they'll just blast the enemy at like max range. And then as your troops get in, you just select your vampire group, F4, fight friendly, and then fire will is off, and they won't shoot anymore. They won't cast anymore. Excuse me. Sorry about that. All right. We might just keep traveling and find some more wood. Oops. I need to find a good lord to serve. Which faction would you be the best for? Which hunters, you reckon? Reichland? I want to get more guns first, and then once we get some prestige up, then we can get some demigriff knights going and see if we can steal the demigriffs. We need to get huge amounts of riding skill to be able to use it though. All right, we're gonna need to. We're gonna need to make some money. They're a bit broke. To make the money pole. This one's for a medium skill smith. This is one of the best things you can make for money. Have the best chances of assignment of useful skill perks to them. What do you mean by that? Sorry, Bazaro. Default, they'll only have combat skills usually. Yeah, so are you saying you want to use your vampires to be party skill, to do party skills for you? Oh, you mean because you want them to be party leaders? Yes, of course. If you, the best thing for that is if you level up your magic skill, get your spellcraft up to 125, and then every day, then every character in your party will get like 1,000 points in a random skill every day. So they'll just start getting skills in leadership and scouting and fucking roguery, just all sorts of random shit. And yeah, eventually they'll all get kind of a moderate level, like they'll all get up to like level 30 and like everything. You know, if they're already level 100 in something, then you won't go up very much. But yeah, you can get that up, and then you can start putting points in there. The other thing you can do, well, you're probably better off just keeping them with you and just doing that. But yeah, the other thing you can do is leave them in towns. And they'll like fight in tournaments and hang out there and do stuff, you know. But yeah, I don't know. It's not very efficient. Like they'll go up faster if you keep them in your party, I reckon. All right. All right, one-handed axe. Let's go. Alright, we're getting there. We're like 2 days away. The idea was them to be able to run efficient clan parties and be able to merge them into an army if needed so that they could do more stuff with a big army. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. The Von Carstein gets +5 party members, I think at tier 2 or tier 4, doesn't it? So you could end up with maybe like 12 of them, maybe. More if you want to level up your leadership and charm. I think you can actually... Could actually get leadership and charm up pretty high, probably. Oh, you haven't checked out the career perks? One Carstein tier 2. Yeah, it's tier 2. Lordly, increase companion limit by 5. So yeah, pretty easy to access it. You probably already got it unlocked. Alright, so Kirsten, our priestess of Shalia, she wants to learn magic. I mean, she wants to learn healing, but she also wants to learn gun. I'm going to give her 1 point in gun. Oh. I never made him another sword. I need another two-hander. Needs a one-handed shield. All right, I gotta get this. Gotta get this happening. Still feel like the intelligence skills are the most broken. Yeah, the intelligence skills are probably the strongest. Excuse me. Oh, it depends. If you're playing as a Bretonnian knight, then endurance is pretty good. Like hit points, having put your own personal hit points are pretty good because you can personally just kill their entire army by yourself. So if you assuming you don't die, and so the more hit points you got, the less chance you got of dying. So yeah, so I feel like, you know, depends what class you're playing, but it depends what you mean by broken as well. Like, it's pretty broken watching a Bretonnian knight kill like 1,000 dudes just like in one fight in melee just with his axe. But it's not necessarily like the fastest or the most efficient. It's definitely not very fast. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, having really high spellcraft, having really high discipline and spellcraft, and just blowing the shit out of everybody with magic is pretty good. But yeah, but then again, yeah, I don't know. Just playing like vanilla kind of Bannerlord, and just having tough troops and lots of them is pretty good. Bretonian knight using an axe? What heresy is this? Why can't a Bretonian knight use an axe? Battle axes, maces, swords, they're all chivalric, you know, weapons. No shame in that. I'm pretty sure Bretonian knights don't use like using bows and ranged weapons because they think that they're dishonorable. I don't think they've got anything against axes, do they? My Bretonian knight was a fallen to chaos heretic anyway, so it doesn't really apply to him. Broken as in it's easiest to blob out and turn your army into an unstoppable force? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you could do that with heaps of different ways in this game. Maybe in vanilla, like vanilla, there's not much. Vanilla is very limited in what you can do, but in this mod, there's like a lot more different ways to play. But yeah, I know what you're saying. All right. Should be about to hit tier 4 soon. There we go. There we go. I always only play vanilla, so I kind of forget what mod adds to the skills. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, no, I wasn't really arguing that you know, giving plus 80 hit points to all your troops and you know, having a larger party through stewardship and having you know, your troops not die as much because of medicine and being able to siege super fast. Like, I'm not arguing that any of those things are not really good. I guess the point I was trying to make is that different people like to do different stuff. And so, you know, like it's a role-playing game, you know what I mean? Like if it was a competitive PvP game and you were like beating everybody by using if you were beating everybody in PvP by using an intelligence build, then I feel like that would be an appropriate situation to say it's brokenly overpowered. But when it's like a role-playing game and the objective is to do whatever you like to do, whatever you feel like you want to do, or whatever you think is cool, then, do you know what I mean? Like if I think being a sick barbarian and seeing how many dudes I can personally kill in combat with my own 2 hands, then intelligence is shit. It's useless. It's a waste of points. Why would I ever waste points in that? It doesn't allow me to kill enemies and prove my dominance over them. You know what I mean? It's like, so that was the point I was trying to make. Like, not that intelligence skills aren't great at doing what intelligence skills do, but they don't do anything to make you more of a Conan the Barbarian personal slayer, you know? And if you play every campaign the same way and you always go intelligence builds, then yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's, if you're playing an intelligence build, then taking an intelligence build is the best thing for that, if you know what I mean. But if you're not playing an intelligence build, then maybe not. I feel like I'm saying complete nonsense, but it makes sense to me. Oh, we're so close. We've got to do one more round. Intelligence skills are kind of better for companions. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really think in terms of, like, this is kind of the point I was trying to make to Dallas. I don't really think in terms of better, more powerful, you know, more efficient. Like, I don't really give a shit about any of that stuff. The main stat that I care about is most fun, most interesting, most different from the other thing I did last or whatever. That's going to give me a little bit of a dopamine hit. You know, like, that's what it's all about for me. What can I do that's going to give me the maximum amount of dopamine hit from this next playthrough, you know? Usually it's doing something a little bit different from the last one. But yeah, the main builds I would go for would be, so an intelligence build works in this mod. Playing as a Empire Magister works really well with an intelligence build, because intelligence build gives you lots of troops, 80 extra hit points each, so they're much tougher than normal troops are. And then being a Magister means that you can put power stones on them that can give them like 50% physical resistance or extra speed or extra damage or whatever. So basically it's a whole like troop boosting thing, you know what I mean? Or you could go for like a, you know, spell singer, respawn dryads or something like that, whatever. And your dryads could be extra tough because you've got medicine skill. If medicine applies to dryads, the summon dryads, I'm not sure if it does. But yeah, if you were going to go for a Bretonnian knight, then like I said, the most important thing for a Bretonnian knight is endurance. So you've got the most hit points that you can possibly have. And the second most important thing is having as many companions as you can get. So maybe, oh, actually no, I'd say first endurance, second faith. So you get more ward save. And then if you had any more stat points after that, which you won't, then maybe put 2 points into social, so that you could get your leadership and charm up to 250 and get 2 extra companions, because the more companions, it's all about your companions, because your companions are the most powerful thing. The more companions you have, the more powerful the companions are, so they all make each other more powerful, and they make you more powerful. But if you die, then your companions will all die probably as well. So it's like the priority is like giving yourself as much hit points as you can, and then as much ward save as you can. So it's like stamina and discipline. Don't worry about intelligence. Don't even worry about having a party member that's got intelligence skills. Just fucking don't even fuck that shit. Just have as many badass, heroic, super undefeatable knights as you can. Like that'll be the way to go. Yeah, if you're playing as vampires, I don't know. Yeah, but then yeah. I mean, those are just some examples. But if you get into other character classes, I guess, you know, there's different role plays you can do. But the other main one that I do is cunning builds. If I'm doing especially if I'm doing like an Iron Price playthrough where I can't buy anything, then I completely rely on loot. So cunning, having high roguery is super important. Also, if you want to do like a lot of like prison breaks and stuff like that, you know, a lot of the roguery skills can help you in that. And scouting, it gives you so much more speed on the battlefield. So go on 10 cunning so that you can get 330 scouting, which gives you the absolute maximum map speed that you can possibly have. So yeah, I mean, that one's, in terms of like what you're talking about, Dallas, which is just like most efficient way of just, you know, conquering the map without really having to think about it or anything. Like, yeah, intelligence would be the main one. But scouting is probably like a close second, you know. If I was playing vanilla though, you probably want to go, you probably want to go, you probably want to get one of your little sister to have 10 cunning and go scout, and then you could get medicine, so you could get the personal skill. But if you don't have a little sister to give 10 endurance to, 10 cunning to, then yeah, you're never going to get any of your companions up to 10 cunning, so you're never going to have that max map speed unless you do it yourself. But in vanilla you can. Have too much fun being an army leader and having really hard to kill troops. Yeah, man, I highly recommend you play some different styles if you're interested in it. Like, there's definitely some other ways of playing that I think are more fun than the standard kind of way. But you know, who knows unless you try, right? Some more. We can make some more fucking axes. We're nearly there. Gotta push through. Just gotta unlock this head. Alright, let's go Curious Smelter. Yeah, you should try a cunning build. Go like Iron Price, so you can't buy anything. Go Iron Price, Bandit only. Actually, Bandit only is really fun. If you haven't done Bandit only before, it's super cool. You want like leadership and primary cunning. I'd say go like 10 cunning, just for something different, you know. You don't really need 10. You don't need to go 10 cunning, but if you wanted to go 10 cunning, just for something different, just so you got that map speed, so you can outrun everyone, and you can run around, catching up to small parties and being a predator on them more easily. Hey, you finally got into Old Realms. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. But yeah, it's sort of a different topic to the stats thing that we were talking about before, but like just on the topic of playing different play styles. Yeah, Iron Price and Bandit only. Or, one of those or one or the other of those or both of them together. Perfect. It's really fun. Oops. Give me that axe. I've got level 5 stick, level 5 thing. Here we go. Fuck. Still haven't got it. All right, one more. We're getting these axes. It's happening. Yeah, going like Bandit only and Iron Price is more about just really just struggling to survive, rather than taking over the world and stuff. But if you can conquer the early game, eventually you can build yourself up to the point where you can maybe take over the world. But it's but yeah, it's very different. All right, he is our steward. Give him, because he's a steward, he's got to put all his stat points in intelligence. So every single stat point is going to have intelligence to get to 10. Actually, yeah, steward's 1.1 skill that you don't need to do yourself. You just give that to a party member, but again, you're going to be unlikely to get them up to 10 intelligence, so they won't be quite as good, but yeah. And engineering, same thing. You just get one of your companions to do that, really. The medicine one, though, is a pretty big deal. I'm going to give him an extra steward point. But if he gets another level, we'll probably go gun. When's the new DLC dropping? War Sales? Yeah, no idea, sorry. Have you been playing Old Realms lately, or is this your first time? God damn it. Give me that head. There it is. Alright, cool. So this is my favorite head, I think. Yeah, 85 damage, 83, 82, 87, 80, 82. 85, 83, 82, 87. So if we put it's down to 82, we can't even get down there for us. We're 83, 86. So the highest damage you could get to there. Go to 89, 80. 86, 83, yeah. Yeah, it's got that, just got that extra damage. Mm-hmm. 79.94. Oh, it's really short though. 781. That's not bad. 77. I mean, 77 reaches not far, but it's not too bad. Mm. All right, let's just go for some short. No, maybe we should just go for long, big, slow ones. We'll go for that. It's like kind of a combination. It's not too short. It's not too slow. See you, Bizarro. Have a good one, buddy. All right. Start doling out some some hand axes to these guys so they can join the shield wall. Um, 2484. It's pretty long. That's pretty good. Oh, it's 3 though. I need to like level up a little bit more so I can actually make some of these weapons efficiently. Oh, Chaos Corruption in Delbers. If we had an army, we could have gone and tried to take that over. We could go and raid the village attached to it, which would be lucrative. Let's quickly try to make a decent sword for one of our guys that's swordless right now. That's a one-hander. Pretty cool sword. But yeah, this is what I was thinking of, I think. The Blessed Longsword, but we can switch in that blade instead. Get a little bit more doable. This guy. Steel greatsword for him. Then we need one-hander for him. We can smelt his pole hammer. And another one-hander. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. We need five axes. Almost comically large sword. Oh, well, it's a two-hander, but he's going to use it from horseback. So you want a sword that's so long it's almost like a pole arm. So I think that kind of fits the bill. It's like 160 length or something like that. Hey. Four more needed. 3 more. I'll equip these. One, two, three. I'm getting there. Two more. Some length and girth to it, indeed. Right, we just need 2 more, I think. Alright, just need 1 more. Fine steel. Alright. We'll go to Wolfenberg and find some fine steel. Oh, actually, let's go here and kill these guys. Just auto-resolve this. I'll try and start getting some deserters into our squad. You won't take smithing with the main character? Oh, I might later. Yeah, I might later on. I'm just want to focus on cunning first on this character. Loot. Fancy up our squad a little bit. We just need 1 more axe and then we'll be ready for combat. Bougie, indeed. Yeah, I always love going endurance, like max endurance, max smithing, max athletics. Not max in smithing, but 225 smithing, so I can get the extra point of endurance to get me to max athletics and get that extra hit points. And like I was saying, with the Bretonnian Knights, since it's so tough, they got so much resistance, they got so much healing. If you just get that bigger health pool, it just makes them better and better. So they're like, you know, it's a thing of like, the more hit points that you have, the tougher it makes this already incredibly tanky character. But at the same time, even if you're playing like the Witch Hunter, it's a lot more of a glass cannon. You kind of want him to be tougher as well, because having 80 extra hit points makes him a bit less of a glass cannon, you know? So it's sort of like, you kind of, I don't know, I just always end up wanting it on everyone. I'm kind of like how you are, Dallas, how you're stuck on always going intelligence builds. I always go endurance builds because I just can't get over, you know, my main character not being tough. Mm-hmm. 34 Pujos, that'll get the job done, I reckon. That will very much get the job done. The extra health also applies to all of your companions. The medicine from medicine. That's interesting. Because it differentiates between, like, in the description of the perks, some of the perks say like there's one perk that gives you 250, I think it gives you plus 10 hit points to all companions, specifically says companions, whereas the other one says, you know, up to plus 80 for your troops, but that actually applies to companions that are in your army as well. Oh, now you're tempting me, because I love my companions. I didn't care about the troops that much, although I do like the idea of having a bunch of heavy axemen with an extra 80 hit points. But I do love my companions. I mean, we're gonna do like an intelligence damsel. Yeah, intelligence damsel, that could be the one. With all knight companions, so they have like, because damsels give knights double HP. So you go an intelligence damsel, get the plus 10 HP for all companions, plus 80 companion for all troops, so that's plus 90. And then so yeah, then all of your knights can have 190 hit points. Well, they probably have more like 210, because they'd have like their one-handed, their medicine skill, and all that shit. So you get 210, and then she doubles it, so you probably get up to like 420 or something. 420. But she doesn't get plus 10 companions like the Bretonian Knight does. But she can teleport. She can teleport her knight squad up onto the battlements and just start like laying waste up there. That would be pretty cool. Fuck. Now I want to start an intelligence damsel. Fuck you, Dallas. Yeah, you can't really get 330 endurance and get that plus 80 hit points though. I mean, maybe you can. You can maybe go 10 intelligence, 10 intelligence, 10 endurance. But if you're going to go damsel, you kind of want to have 10 discipline, so you can get, you know, or, you know, at least 8 discipline, so you get your magic up. All right, let's do this. Oh, we need more wood. Do they not have wood? No, we already bought the wood. All right, let's just... Fuck, now I really want to start... I want to start an intelligence damsel. Oh, fuck. I need to do this. This fucker. He's like super fast. I mean, let's just have a look at the perks for the Damsel. We're not gonna stop playing this campaign and just start a Damsel campaign. Never. But let's just in case we did. Hey, Click Monkey. Plus 10% ward save. Your armor weight does not exceed 11 weight. How many perks can you get from leveling up? Perks? What? What are you talking about? You mean the career perks in Old Realms? Attribute points. You get one every 4 levels. So assuming you get to level 30-ish, then you'd get 5, 6, 7. You get 7. But you get way more if you play campaign and you take over as your little sister or your little brother. Like, yeah, because your little brother and little sister get those extra perks as they level up. So they already start off with a shitload, and then as soon as they come of age, they get like 10 extra points or something. So you can easily get 10 in like 2 different skills in 2 different stats easily with them. With your normal character, you can probably get to like 10-8 or something pretty easily. If you play long enough, if you play level 40, you could probably you could realistically you could get to level 40 and you get like another 3 more attributes, you know. But yeah, but if you just retire your main character and take over as your little sister, she'll have like 10 more attributes points than you, so you'll be able to get way more. Bretonian units receive 10% ward save. I wonder if that applies to companions that are Bretonian, because if you look at the companion, it will tell you that they're Bretonian, right? If you hire a Bretonian knight. I'm usually done with my campaigns before my character dies. Oh no, you don't die naturally. You just kill him. You retire him. You go to the mountain. So you know Lagatha, that place that's south of the Bretonian lands, that town there. Just east of there, there's like a big mountain. You just go up the mountain and there's a cave there. You go in there and you can just kill your main dude. Well, he doesn't die. He just stays there. He retires. Yeah, the younger siblings get shitloads more attributes. So if you want to, if you want to have a good, usually you want to have a good scout, because I want to be able to move around the map fast. So I usually make my little sister have max cunning, so she comes out with 10 cunning and 5 points in scouting, and she just trains up scouting straight away. And then my other brother, I give him 10 intelligence, so he can have max stewardship, so he can have the army and stuff. If I'm assuming my main character is just going to be a thug or whatever. If you want to take over, yeah, you can make your little sister be an intelligence dude or whatever. All night troops gain 15% ward save. That doesn't apply. I don't think that would apply to your Bretonian knight companions. Enemies in the target area are knocked down. Increased magic wins magic by 10. Party movement speed increased. Way paths recharge faster. 99 units get 100 XP. Extra 15% ward save if your armor weight does not exceed 11 weight. Positive relation gains increased. Magical damage for troops close to the exit teleports increased. Casting prayers has a 30% chance to restore winds of magic. 30% prayer cooldown reduction. Yeah, Knight Companion health points are doubled. Pretty cool. You want to get to level 62 and then pop out Offspring? The skills are based off your levels. Level 62. Have you ever gotten to level 62? I think like the highest realistically that you could ever get to is level 40. because the amount of XP that you need to go up a level goes up fucking like more and more and more. Like if you ever, if you ever get a companion that's already like level 30, it takes like fucking forever to get them up to level 31, you know what I mean? I mean, you could probably do it with like trade. You could probably do it like trade exploits or some shit like that, where you just get like 1,000,000 XP per trade or whatever. I kind of want to start a Damsel playthrough again. Crap. Yeah, you've ruined my Witch Hunter plan. Night hit points doubled. I wonder if that stacks with the diligence. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I assume it does, but I mean, maybe not. The intelligence might stack on top of it. So if it goes on, if it stacks after everything else, then that would make him have like 200 hit points. No, more than that, like 400 hit points. Sorry, but if it stacks before, I mean, yeah, if intelligence adds on afterwards, then yeah, then that would only have like 300, 290-ish or whatever. See, they need guns as well, though. You need to have damsels teleporting and have guns. The only thing this mod could do better is allow more control over the companions, like telling the AI to prioritize certain things in combat and so on. What do you mean, like prioritizing, as in like prioritizing spells or not using spells and stuff like that? We were talking about this before, about how you can kind of prioritize things. Hey, Leon Davies, how you going, buddy? Thanks for the heads up. I'm going to be playing some Warhammer tomorrow in about 12 or about 11 hours from now. Angry Goldfish has videos on going to level 6. Yes, he uses trade. Yeah. But yeah, it's like, that's what I mean. Like when you do stuff like that, though, it's kind of like, wouldn't it be easier just to edit the game files kind of thing? You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of people like say that, but yeah. I don't know. It's, yeah, it's, I don't know. It's a hard, what am I trying to say? I find from like, yeah, like it's hard to, like you're constantly at this war, this paradox, this kind of dichotomy between being a power gamer and having this urge to like maximize everything and stuff like that, and then this like thing and wanting to control everything, and then also this idea that once you do know how to control everything and once you have dominated everything, then there's no point in playing. And like it's like these two like kind of things that are constantly kind of fighting with each other. But yeah, you can engineer it in such a way that you can get to level 60, and then you can produce kids that are insanely high stats, and then you know what I mean. But why? What's the point of it? What's the point of it all? Hotfix 6.2.2. Yes, I'm going to play some Warhammer tomorrow, so I'll probably have a look at this then. Didn't even know you could get that much more XP. Well, yeah, apparently it's level 62. According to Marcus. Warriors of Chaos have received an update. Identified and resolved issue with how military buildings for Chaos Warriors are categorized. Also, better. Additionally, the auto construct building feature should be better at choosing the correct buildings and corresponding categories. We'll continue to monitor the situation, performance, general. Resolved arcane SJSAs to be looted in defensive battles by armies with no imperial wizards. Resolve an issue where factions could not loot pooled resources. Hobgoblin bolt thrower no longer benefits from Hellforged. Fix the duplicated minor faction potential and AI strength threat assessment setting fields and creating multiplayer campaign. Fix the ogre tooltip where it was being displayed incorrectly. Billboards. Ogre artillery now benefits from Zatan's ancillaries. Reduce the penalty. Oh, reduce the penalty that Tomb Kings and Dwarfs have to their item drop chance to be in line with the game-wide reduction introduced in set 6.2. These factions should see items drop at a higher rate now. Cool. Okay. Golden Crown and Options correct uniqueness score. Void armor gives fear and terror. Burning books of corn now correctly apply corn corruption to provinces, not just the ones that you own. Oh, what? Burning books of corn apply corn corruption to all provinces, not just the ones you own. Is that what's going on with that? I didn't realize that was the point of it. Fix the issue after collecting there's still a chance to drop new book corn. Yeah, so you can't get multiple drop books of corn now. Fort Berberus is now intercepting armies through its passes, just like other forts. I have to remember that one because I always forget that it doesn't work, and like constantly. And yeah, now I'll fully forget that it does work. Building Corn Cultist Outpost. Hero stats now properly update upon building completion. Battle changes. Oh yeah, sorry if anyone's interested in this. Sorry, I'm gonna sort of probably go over this again when I'm playing Warhammer tomorrow. But I just thought I'd have a quick look to see if there's anything super important here. Infantry and domination. Okay, we don't care about that. Unit balance. We don't care about that. We don't care about any of that. We don't care about any of that. Any of that. Any of that. Marauder Berserkers slimmed down entity collision from 0.89 to 0.75. The reference Marauder Champion is 0.6 and Chaos Warrior is 0.7. What? Marauder Champion's 0.6, Chaos Warrior is 0.7. Is that? That's weird. Does that mean that if they're smaller, does that mean more of them can jam in? Previously, they had an unusually large soft collision radius for infantry, which made them perform a fair bit worse than their stats would imply. We'll keep an eye on this, see if it warrants any follow-up adjustment. It's so complex, isn't it, combat? Like, you know, like, dudes just don't work sometimes, and you don't know why. So, yeah, so because the Marauders had, like, a big collision radius, that meant that they couldn't get in. Like, if there's 100 of Marauders and 100 something else, the Marauders would be like spread out more, so there wouldn't be as many hits coming in like per meter of front line. So now they've slightly reduced it. Greasus now has attacks that inflict monstrous impact at contact effect, which massively decreases speed. Massively decreases speed. So if you ever go near him, then he can keep you slow, so he can stay next to you. But you can still just never go near him, and that's fine. Yeah, cool. Anyway, I linked it there in chat if you're interested. But yeah, thanks Lewin for letting me know, man. I really appreciate that. I've got a special flair on my Discord. Actually, I don't know if you're on my Discord or not, but if you are, you can just at me, go into my Discord and at Mercy and at Mercy the Mad and say, give me my badge. I've got a special teal colored newsman badge that allows you to post in the news channel and, you know, just lets you have a teal name basically as a little thank you for letting me know. So if there's ever any official news about a game that while I'm streaming, if you let me know, much appreciate it, because you know, otherwise I'm just not knowing about it, you know. All right. So we still haven't made this fucking axe yet, have we? We need one more axe. Get our companions to fight in this tournament. But yeah, I kind of like the idea of being like a damsel and having heaps of knights like around me, you know, and I'll be like kind of like a general sort of character, just, you know, just pointing the knights around and throwing buffs on them and stuff like that, you know. I think that's pretty cool. Right. Still walking wrecking ball. Who's that? Norskins. Oh, what are we doing? Oh, we're missing fine steel. All right. All right, let's do it. Oh, that was the one I wanted. The damsel with a bunch of knights. Yeah, now I want to play a damsel. All right, we need to quickly help me think of role plays for the damsel. I'm thinking she just rides around in like a dress, just looking hot, just riding like side saddle and just firing her bow, while the knights just kind of ride around her trying to keep her alive. And that's basically her role play. Was a lady. I feel like that's pretty cool. We're going to upgrade all these anyway, so it doesn't really matter that they've got the wrong name on some of them. About the same weight, looks a bit less stupid, so. Lighter, better gear. He is an engineer, so he doesn't care about weight. Oh, this is actually lighter anyway. Karen the Merciless, she just tells everyone else what to do. Yeah, I know. The only problem is that she can't get high. She wouldn't be able to get high endurance, and she doesn't get extra companions. What's the most companions you can get? I suppose just by leveling up faster. Female version of Leroy Jenkins. Maybe. I was going to make her an archer. My plan was to make her sort of an archer. but with a big sword also. I think I did do a I think I did do a damsel ages ago, but I think I did do a damsel ages ago, but she was, but that was ages ago, so that doesn't count. We want to start a new campaign. All right, let's just enter this. Let's entertain this world a bit more. Entertain this idea a bit more. Good bow skill is at 225. I think you can get to 225 pretty easy. Like you don't even need like 5 bow and like 3 control or something will probably get you there. So you don't need to be too, you know. All right, what's my, so we want to play as, let me just, I need to, close on, jeez, you hussy. I don't know if I've got a damsel. No, I don't have any damsels. What have we got? Yeah, it's just pretty cool. Returning nobility, peasants, sailors, outlaws, courtier. Jesus, it's not very. All right, let's we need to fix it. Oh, that's pretty damsel-y hair, actually, isn't it? Make her blonde. Yeah, she kind of does look a bit more, instantly more damsel-y, I think, with blonde hair for some reason. Not sure why. 225 legend for any bow on. Oh, it's okay. The best bow is horse. The best bow in this mod is usable on horseback anyway. Sorry. Is old realms a sandbox, or does it have any victory conditions to aim for? I think it's a sandbox. Yeah. Or at least I never bothered to find out what the victory conditions were, if there were any. All right. So I'm just making a thumbnail as you do when you get the restart-itis. All right, I think I've figured it out. I just want to, the whole reason for this campaign is just purely so I can find out whether we can stack in the intelligence boost to hit points with the damsels double HP on knights. That's like my entire motivation for this entire campaign, which I think is, you know, a good, reasonable thing. Excuse me. All right, I'm going to just going to set up a new stream, and I've just got to go to the bathroom as well. Sorry, guys. But I'll I'll just prepare this new stream, set up a redirect to it. Sorry, my stomach is playing up. I am streaming more Plush. Sorry, I just got to go to the bathroom. I'm just starting a new stream, so click on there and go over to the new chat because I'm not going to read this chat anymore. And I'll be on the other one when I come back. Back in a sec. All right. We'll just go back one spot while I start the new stream. All right. So, got a new Bandit stream, and we'll just close down the old stream so everyone can hop over this new one.